3, 2, 1. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, it is episode 7? 8 of Intalksication. Thank you, Jimmy H.
You're welcome.
I'm your host, Fat Doug. With me, as always, is Lunchbox, and the man who solved all the world's problems today, Jimmy H. How you doing, Jimmy?
I didn't really solve all of them, but I came damn close.
You did, and we do appreciate all the effort you've put forward.
I know.
Today almost didn't happen.
Yeah, it was a big motherfucker. Thanks, Windows, for just updating when you want. How about you just chill out until you say yes?
Switch the MacBooks.
I want consent. Thank you. All right. Hashtag me too. All right. But how's everyone's weekend been so far? These past couple days off. What are you guys up to?
It's been all right, man. It's been all right. We all had a good time yesterday.
Sure as fuck did.
I'm glad you guys did.
Well, that's a real
fucking hate you too.
That's because you came in Daisy Dukes, bro.
I was there for food.
You can't just walk in a salmon fucking long sleeve shirt and some cut off shorts that have they look like they went through a paper shredder, but they should be for a woman slightly larger than you.
I look good.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Yeah,
you look you look like you sell fruit by dropping oranges into dude's laps.
So the normal person who doesn't own like 2 pairs of Wrangler jeans and all black long sleeves, I look good.
Big fan of my all black long sleeves. I look like the world's fattest cat burglar at all times. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
You look like Catwoman if she decided to give up on life.
Well, she did. There's a comic book run, but you wouldn't know about that. We'll talk about it on Nasty Asylum. Anyway, we did have an awesome time at Mongolian. Ate simply too much.
Far too much.
Way too much.
Far too much. Shout out Mongolian.
Yeah,
BD's Mongolian.
Everyone go eat there. Like right now, they don't charge you extra for like more bowls. So
$10
until
unlimited.
Until like I think it's the middle of April or something. Yeah,
April 4th or 7th, somewhere around there.
Fucking go.
Yeah,
definitely worth it.
Eat far too much.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was a good fucking time. What are you drinking on today, Jimmy H? What's the drink of the cast?
Stella Artois.
Oh, keeping it low key today.
It's like kind of classy, but still beer.
It is beer. It's actually pretty good. I'm a big fan.
It's okay. It's not my favorite beer, but I now remember why I don't normally get it. But it's not bad.
So, what are we giving that out of 10 then? If it's not what you'd normally get,
I'm gonna go with a 6.
I figured you'd go with a 6. We're a little pretentious over there. As always, I'm drinking on some form of trailer beer. I got that Natter Day, son.
It's Friday.
I don't give a fuck. It's Natter Day every day. As long as you're drinking, it's a Natter Day. If you're in the trailer, Natter Day. Ask me what tomorrow is. Legitimately a Natter Day. So, Dave, I see that you found something actually interesting this time.
Oh, Great Lakes Rally Drum. Baseball season's coming. I guess they're going to start stocking it again.
It's here now, Dave.
Yeah, no, but
yesterday.
Yeah, you guys see that? 2-hitter for the Indians. It was great.
Pretty fucking amazing.
Made my asshole burn. But, yeah, they only do Rally Drum during baseball season.
Really?
And I didn't think that they'd put it out till the home opener.
But there you go. When is the home opener?
Couple days.
Oh, I thought yesterday was. I guess I'm off.
No, they played in Minnesota.
Played in Minnesota.
It's
probably
Lakes, buddy.
I think it's Monday, honestly. First game in Cleveland for the season.
It's gonna be cold as fuck.
It's gonna suck, yeah. The weather right now is not nice.
Opening day in Cleveland is always shit.
Hey, let's get those fucking bats going though, Indians.
Come on, guys.
Jesus Christ.
I know it was opening day, but good Christ.
Kluber threw a 4-hitter, you assholes. That's how you do him?
That is pretty disrespectful.
Shout out to Klubes.
There you go. All right, well, now that we ran through the weekend, Mongolian, and what we're sipping on, tell us what we're here for this week, Lunchbox.
Or not.
Yeah.
You guys here for the Chick-fil-A?
Yes.
I fucking hate Chick-fil-A.
I love Chick-fil-A. You put this on here
specifically for you.
Ooh, Doug coming in with the hot, unpopular opinion.
I know, and I'm going to stand harshly behind it. It's overrated as fuck. It's just chicken.
It's fucking good.
It's just chicken sandwiches.
For everybody out there listening to everything, Doug thinks he can make everything better than anyone ever has made anything before in all of eternity.
Yeah, it's not wrong.
So no matter what he eats, he's always going to think he's going to make it better. Chick-fil-A is fucking good.
Well, think of anything fantastic you put in your mouth, right? I'll do it better. I'll do it better.
Chicken sandwiches.
No, just because I never hear about them talk about their sandwiches. Always fucking nuggets. And nuggets are for children. That's a fact. I don't give a fuck what you say. Unless you're drunk as shit, too many Natter Days in, you're a child, or you possibly have some weird physical ailment where you can't use a fork and a knife appropriately, It's a fucking chicken
Okay,
nugget.
well, I'm not talking about nuggets. I'm talking about their sandwiches.
No one ever talks about their sandwiches. It's always
Everybody
fucking
always
nuggets.
talks about their fucking
No one talks
sandwiches.
about their fucking
I
sandwiches.
actually
It's just
don't know.
butter and pickles and crispy fucking
But
chicken breast.
if you're gonna talk about their chicken nuggets, I think Mondays they have an all-you-can-eat chicken nuggets. They'll just keep bringing them out for you. And if you're not here for that, fuck you, because
I mean, it's chicken nuggets, man. It's chicken nuggets.
But they're not like processed bullshit nuggets. They're actual chicken.
Okay, well, I will
fucking
say
nuggets.
this. I will say this. What they do make isn't bad food. I just, as an establishment, they don't have any diversity in it, so I don't like it.
No, I mean they did
It's
recently.
all fucking sorts of chicken, nothing else.
I mean, they
and
recently
hit the
pulled
market,
out of
fuck.
like building one in a certain town. I think in Texas because of how progressive they were.
Oh yeah, because they definitely hate all gay and trans
like,
people.
that's questionable.
Yeah.
But give me a number one. No pickles. Hold the pickles. That's
See,
an unpopular
that's half the
opinion
sandwich
in
you're not
itself.
even going to get now.
Yeah, but
It's fucking obnoxious.
I've never eaten there, and I refuse to.
Thank you.
Based solely on their political views, I don't like that
You know
place.
what? We took it that way.
I know people who do that, and that's fair. I can agree
Yeah,
with that.
Fuck them.
Doug, fuck you, because you just don't eat it because you're a dick.
It's not wrong. It's
That's
not far
all.
off. But I also just think it's over glorified. It's like, I don't know. It's just fucking
Good.
KFC. It's just dog
Whoa,
shit. It's just KFC. It's
Whoa.
just dog shit. Just
Whoa.
dog shit.
You worked at KFC. Do not disrespect it like that.
I disrespect both parties at this point.
And those people are the nicest
Fuck the
people
Colonel
in the
and
world.
whoever that guy who hates all the gay people are. I don't
Fuck the
care about
Colonel
either
for
of
sure.
them.
I mean,
KFC's awful.
On the way back from Mongolian yesterday, Doug did get pretty harsh on KFC.
KFC's not good.
I fucking hate KFC.
Hey, Doug worked there, so he's allowed.
Yeah, it's true. It's a
Except their famous
establishment.
bowls. Let's leave those out of this.
Yeah, but you can make those at home.
I know that you can legitimately.
You can
make
legit
those
just
at
make
home.
those at home.
They're just mashed potatoes, corn, and chicken.
It's not even mashed potatoes, it's just water. All those potatoes are water.
Oh yeah,
You
this
just
is
fill
like
up
the
a lot of
instant-
hot water in a tea kettle and then you put in these flakes and you're like, ooh,
Yeah.
I love KFC mashed potatoes. You're a horrible human being. I hope that you do get the cancer that comes with it.
Yes.
Fuck 'em. All right, so
But we're
not
definitely
here for it.
definitely here for Chick-fil-A.
I agree
And
to
their
disagree.
Chick-fil-A sauce. Oh boy,
Oh my gosh. Fuck your sauce.
I get lost in the sauce.
I bet you fucking. That's so horrible. Don't say shit like that. All right, we'll agree to disagree. I hate Chick-fil-A. He's there for it. Whatever.
Why is your fucking table wet, Doug? What the hell?
Because it's
There's
condensation from your beer, you dummy.
What an ass clown.
Fuck, I didn't even graduate. I knew that shit.
You knew there's condensation on a table? You think they teach that in schools?
Yeah, they do.
Oh my god. But you can visually look at it and be like, oh, there's
I didn't look at it. I just heard
But
you
you-
say it was wet.
But you didn't. And you put your hand where your beer was.
You're right, I did. Move on.
What else are we here for or not? Off to a rough start.
I like this start. You guys here for Nickelback?
Yes. Yes, I fucking am. I've
know
had
what?
a
Yeah.
change of heart recently, and
Yeah.
yes, I fucking am.
They get a raw deal. I
you know-
listen to their old songs and I know far
This
too
is
many of them.
where it got me. Is the other day we were at work and some came on, and the fact that both of us we knew the words but we didn't sing it out loud. I looked at you, you were singing it. I knew I was fucking singing it. I'm
Yeah.
like, wait, do we actually all secretly like Nickelback?
No.
We just
I think it could just be one album.
I don't
For
know.
all
Man.
I know, it could be the one album with Photograph on it and the rest
And
of
all
them
the
are
songs we just know.
dog shit.
I just they get really fucked over, and then I
They
start thinking of
do.
other bands that are super popular. Like you have Maroon 5 out there who really isn't making any good music at all.
No.
And I would venture to say, talent-wise,
Yeah,
yeah, probably more. But
She Will
Nickelback
Be
just,
Loved is a classic.
I don't like either.
Dave, you don't like music.
I do.
No, you don't.
I just don't
You
like this
don't.
Big
shit.
Daddy Kane, baby.
Suck Kane! No, it's just everything you like is from like the 90s and behind. You don't like
Walking down the
anything.
street and I saw a girl. I
Yeah.
stopped her there. I gave her a whirl. Get the fuck out of here. I don't want
Busted nuts like squirrels, guys.
What?
It rhymed with girl. I got lost. I thought we were playing games. No, but if it's not like from the early 90s and behind, Dave, you don't even listen to it. So let's just say
Very
here,
true.
fuck Nickelback. Are you here for any current music ever?
Dropkick Murphys still make albums.
Yeah, but they've been around for 44 years, Dave. They've been around since you were 7.
No, you haven't.
Well, I mean,
Been
you were
around since
7 in
96.
1964. We know this.
If you don't know, Dave is 60-something.
Yeah, he is. He looks great for his age, so I'll give him that.
Yeah, he does.
He does.
No,
Not great,
in all
but
honesty,
great for his
I
age.
listened to MMS, and
Oh, so they haven't put the new
they
song
make
in 40
no, they
years.
mix it in,
Mm.
and I don't like it.
You just abbreviate WMMS.
Yes, he did. MMS.
You listen to that way too much, Dave.
The Buzzard.
It's the only radio station I listen to.
It's true.
It's only the radio station my dad listens to.
Yeah, see?
Well, that's because they're the same fucking age. Okay,
Yeah.
moving forward. Jimmy and I are here for Nickelback.
Yeah, we are. You know,
I'm
fuck
not.
it.
All right,
Well,
that's right.
I'm here for the one album.
I'm just here for the fact we got to stop shitting on them because there are way worse bands out there
No,
that get a lot more
we
hype,
switched it
yeah.
up. I think Imagine Dragons. I think that's been like...
That's like the new thing. Slipknot's dude came out saying they're the new Nickelback.
Yeah.
And I thought about it like, they're every sports anthem ever since 2011.
Here's the real question now. Is Nickelback, are they just happy that they passed the torch on, or are they kind of like, no, that's our fucking spot. Get out of here. That was our notarization. That's how people knew us.
Well, I don't know. I think
I
they're
could
happy
go.
they
I
kind
could
of
go
passed the buck.
two minds on that
But at the same time,
I think they're mad. I think they want to stay the worst,
because
the quote-unquote worst.
I believe you because I could see them being like, "Hey, we were known as the shittiest band, and now somebody else is the shittiest
I
band."
just
and now
never
Nickelback is nothing.
what,
Now they're
At least
nobody's.
they had something. At least they could get in the news.
oh my god. Regardless, I'm here for you, Nickelback.
I'm not.
That's fair. Well, let's kick off the next one we might be here for.
All right, I'm excited about this one. You guys here for steroids in sports?
Absolutely not.
I want it. I want it back.
I'm okay with it.
Not.
McGuire and Sosa's home run derby, that whole season,
That was a
that was
cool race to
glorious.
watch.
It was. And I mean, I don't know. I mean, it doesn't really. You have the big problem in baseball, and
I'm talking about all sports, though.
yeah, I know.
It's like once you go to contact,
See,
that's where I draw the line.
I don't think.
But if you regulate it and everyone can do it, now it's your
I
problem.
mean,
if you
put
don't
levels,
do it.
like put a cap on it. Like this can be how much you take, what you take.
Yeah, like
But
Like
why
if
don't
you take a
just go on the
breathalyzer.
Natch, though? Why don't you just go on the Natch?
Well, if you're on the Natch and some other guy's not, then
That other guy gets out of the sport. Get him out. If you're not going to do it the right way, get the fuck out.
I mean, you could say that, but it's been rampant in all sports.
I know.
forever.
There's always going to be, everyone's looking for an advantage. I get it.
Yeah.
I understand. Just
and
because
it's
it
just
is
one of
that
those
way,
things
though.
that's always going to evolve. So
If we did steroids in sports, I would do its own leagues.
I mean, that's an idea, but I don't know if you have that. You can't do that for like major sports.
I doubt that. Yeah,
you can do that for weightlifting
You do it
because
for,
there's
like
enough
weightlifting and
but
like,
to
maybe
have a-
MMA.
to
So then
have a
you'd have,
completely new Major League Baseball league with 32 teams. So these are the roided out guys.
Yeah, but
It's
you know
a
what that
lot
does?
of
That
fucking
opens the
people.
door for people like us.
But then you
No, it
got
doesn't.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
But then you-
I can get roided out and be just underneath the normal guys, maybe.
but
Just
then
be
you
better, Jimmy.
but then you got like you're gonna go watch the Indians, and then like later in the day you go watch the steroid Indians.
See, that's where I fall off though, because I can go to a baseball game and enjoy it anyway.
Yeah.
Because I like baseball a lot. I played it. I'm not like a purist or anything, but I enjoy
This guy
actually
is.
going and watching a game,
Yeah.
whether you're roided out or not. It could be a 0-0 game. It could be a 7-8 game. It doesn't matter.
I just
it.
think it's about the purity of sport itself, and you should just do it at the top. You can do it, and you shouldn't go further because you need help. Like the top level you can hit, the cap you can get physically, yourself working your ass off, doing everything right, eating right, training right. If you can't get any more, sorry.
So you think Bones Jones should be kicked out?
Yeah.
That's fair. If you can keep the same head for everything, then
Yeah, I keep the same energy for all of it. I don't think anyone
because
who's ever been
I
popped
know
for
when I
steroids
was growing
should be in
up,
MMA.
when I was growing up, I didn't like Barry Bonds or Sammy Sosa.
Still
I was
don't.
like, it's fucking bullshit. But I mean, like, it's been. I mean, at least speaking on baseball, steroids been around since Babe
forever.
Ruth has been
Forever,
around.
yeah.
Like
Babe Ruth got all those records before black people could play, so it's not
that
even
too.
fair.
Yeah,
That's how it is. That's how it is.
that too.
To quote the great Tosh.
That's we got to hang on
I'm
by
there
the
on
wires.
I'm there on that.
Yeah, but I just, as across the board for me, no steroids whatsoever.
Yeah.
Just none, because I'll keep that same energy all the way through.
I
If
mean,
you've done it, get the fuck out.
I don't mind, but I think it's almost the same argument on either side. It's just wanting to see an even version of the game, and
Exactly.
because like if you take them in basketball, what the fuck is that going to help you with?
Probably not much. Maybe
Not a whole
endurance.
lot.
Maybe you can play
Like
more
if you're
minutes.
going to tell me like Kyrie Irving gets on steroids, you're still not going to back down Shaq. Get the
No.
fuck out of here.
Even to this day.
Yeah.
So,
Like I don't give a shit about baseball. They can do steroids if they want. Football, I don't even see a point anymore because it'd be like Lawrence Taylor. Like if Lawrence Taylor did steroids, you're not even allowed to hit the fucking quarterback anymore.
Right.
So what's the point in doing the steroids?
Exactly.
Like, they took all the reason to do steroids out of football. So when those guys get popped, I'm like, you just kind of deserve it for being an idiot because they have no benefit to you anymore.
Same with hockey. And hockey's not all about hitting people. It's not really going to give you that much of an advantage as a team.
No.
MMA is where it gets tricky.
I guess that's probably why my mind's so set on it. It's like, that's my favorite sport.
Because, MMA, you go down to grappling, and now it's a problem.
Yeah, you get grappling, endurance, you get just all out strength, fast twitch muscle improvements, and that's stuff you definitely fucking need to have in that sport. And if you're,
either that or you could regulate the fights. And are you on steroids? Are you on steroids? All right, go ahead.
Yeah, let's tee it up.
But I don't know.
Yeah. Rip each other.
So I guess it's not really agree to disagree, but it's more like we have the same like style of stance, just different sides of the fence.
Yeah,
like the same structure.
Right.
All right. So let's with that, knowing what we're here for and what we're not, we're gonna walk into the fucking news, ladies and gents.
All right, guys.
News it up.
Trump disavows Special Olympics cuts after Devos spends a third day defending them.
Okay, yeah, so this lady is trying to make cuts to the Special Olympics, and Trump says no.
Really?
And I'm actually happy about that.
I did not see that coming.
Because he said fuck the environment. He said fuck welfare. He said fuck healthcare. But he was like, we're going to let those people at a disadvantage actually have their glory. And you know what? That's sticking up for the little guy.
I also feel that's what I was about to say. Somebody told him, like,
because I saw somewhere that they just like the Pentagon just sent like $1 billion in like for funding that said wall. So this is a pretty good PR stunt here to direct your attention towards this great thing that he's been doing. But just focus on that. Fantastic.
Yeah, it's a really, really cool move.
I feel like somebody was like, hey, man,
been quite a dick lately.
You're an asshole, so we gotta you gotta be against cutting funds for the special ed kids. Like, they gotta have their Olympics, or everybody's gonna hate you that much more. And he's gotta listen.
They're not all just special ed though.
I know. I know, but the word is right there.
It says special needs, I thought. But if it says special ed, then that's their fault.
All right, and if it doesn't, then
that's your fault.
My fault.
It's
but
CNN, I feel like
you know what I mean.
We get you. I'm just busting your balls. But yeah, I think it's important. I still happen to think it's important.
No, I do too.
Yeah, just going back to that guy in Florida who created the gym, who had autism and all that. It's the same thing.
I mean, I can only count on one hand how many things I feel like Trump's done correctly so far.
Like one finger.
But this might be like number 3, number 2. I don't know what the other ones are, but there's got to be something.
But we got to try to. We're sifting through it, dude. There's a needle in a haystack, but it's there, and we're gonna get it.
This is fucking fantastic.
Yeah, good for him. Good PR move.
Is it like additional funding, or he's just keeping the funding?
I believe it's.
I think they were going to.
No cuts. There's no cuts going to be.
I think they were going to cut a bunch of money.
Mm-hmm. And they already don't get a lot of money as it is for that.
No.
Very, very, very menial. But yeah, good move on you. Good move on you.
Oh, they wanted to eliminate $18 million from the $70 or $80 million budget they give them.
A lot.
Yeah, it's like a good sixth.
Yeah.
Fifth.
No, it's like a fourth, man.
It is. That's about
a fourth. Shit.
Yeah. It's almost a fourth.
Imagine if we're at work and like, yeah, we're gonna cut your shit down by a fourth. We're like, all right, man, I'm out. I'm fucked.
Shit. To be a fly on the wall for that conference. Yeah. Damn. I just wanna be there to see Trump. Just like, are you fucking kidding me? This is what you want to do? And I'm sitting there like, really?
Or secretly, he's just been fucking running the books on him, and he's just been taking bets on the special. Looks like you can't fuck me out of this.
Damn it!
You can't fuck me out of this right now. That. He's like, little Tink Tink's got it.
He looks like that guy.
Who's the bitch who proposed this though?
Nancy DeVos or something like that. Yeah,
fuck her.
Yeah, she's got a $40 million yacht. Just letting you know. Allegedly a $40 million yacht. She could just
allegedly
not have that.
My ass. When it comes up allegedly that they have or did something, they have or did it.
Get the fuck out of here.
Ooh.
Bye, puppy.
Guest appearance from the dog that he can't get out of here.
Oh, God.
Why's the fence down?
Fence is down.
I got this.
No walls, no borders in this house. Everyone's welcome. We've learned anything from all the Trump talk. Jesus Christ. Good move, Jimmy. That's a baby gate. It's childproof, so you might need some help Just lean it. Just lean it. The dog's scared of it.
You're good, buddy.
Yeah, you're good. There you go. All right. Add an angle. Perfect.
All right.
All right. Well, good on you, Trump, though. Kudos.
Good on me.
High five to your baby hands. Bang, bang. Here to the next story, though.
Okay, we got Pope Francis issues new Vatican City law for reporting sex abuse allegations. Pope Francis on Friday issued a new law that for the first time requires Vatican personnel and diplomats of Vatican City to immediately report allegations of sexual abuse to authorities.
Ooh, they're going to come. The floodgates have opened.
Yeah, it's a rough go. In the best way possible. Fucking how it took this long? How long have they been?
I don't want to say this is a long time coming because that's an understatement of the century. But, finally.
Yeah, it's about fucking time, guy.
Well, here's the thing.
Okay.
I'm a completely lapsed Catholic.
As well.
And, but the thing is since this Pope came into being the Pope.
Oh, he ain't fucking around.
He has done so many good things. And he just continues because he's kind of in that spot we just said like Trump was in, like a PR.
Well, this
he's got to take a stance on it.
Well, what recently happened was there was a French journalist that infiltrated the Catholic diocese in the Vatican and the priesthood. And what happens is there's a lot of closeted priests who are homosexuals, and you can't be gay and Catholic at the same time. It's pretty.
Actually,
big
you can.
Well, no, see,
that's
what I'm saying. Pope Francis okayed that, so that's why this guy infiltrated. And the reason, I guess, a lot of the child molestation stuff went under wraps is because a lot of the homosexual priests knew of molesters, but it was like this whole catch-22. You out them, they out you. You both lose. So instead of talking, they just were like, both our lives are going to be ruined. They shut the fuck up, which is horrible. Like, silence is a problem. You can't do that. And now Pope Francis is like, no, everyone can go fuck themselves. This dude's going to do an expose. He wrote a whole book about it. We have to own this shit. We have to get out in front of it. And, yeah, you can't touch little kids. And if you do, fuck yourself. Because back in the 60s, 70s, and whatever, in Boston, they were just moving them around. So there was one priest who got charged with like 3,000 cases of sexual misconduct with children. And he just kept getting moved church to church to church to church.
Shouts out to that French guy.
Yeah, dude, that French guy, he did that thing. And he's a gay journalist. And he was like, no, I want to see what the fuck's going on. Because I believe he used to be religious. I don't know the whole story.
Oh, he's not now.
Clearly not. Or he might be, because Pope Francis did say we cannot turn people away because of their sexual orientation any longer. They are now welcome into Catholicism.
Yeah, but if I saw everything going on in there, I'd be you know what? This
shit's for the birds.
It seemed like it's for me.
He's done a lot, man. He was also like...
He opened a soup kitchen in the Vatican dining hall that used to be all gold-plated and shit. He opens it up for homeless people to eat there now.
But he was also the one that was like, hey, there's a lot of STDs in this world. We're going to make it okay for Catholics to use rubbers again.
Yeah, rubbers, and he gives nuns and priests forms of birth control.
Yeah.
Because he says pleasures of the flesh. You
Catholics couldn't use condoms?
You know, it's contraception is a highly bad thing to
you're supposed to have as many babies as possible.
Dude, you have sex in a missionary position strictly for the purpose
and
of
no pulling out.
No pulling out. Don't you dare even think about it.
That's why you have so many
That's
kids.
why I have so many kids. My background dictates that I literally was never taught what pulling out was.
I get it now.
Yeah, like when I took my first driving test, I'm like backing in, got it. Pulling out, fucking rough. Never been good at it.
That's an awful joke.
It's not nice.
It is, but I love it.
No, you don't.
It's so bad, it's great.
You just drop it in there and you see what happens. Don't even worry about it.
Wow.
I had to actually, I went to confession and he was like, "Oh, you've been sexually active." I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "You've been pulling out though?" And I was like, "No." He's like, "Good on you, buddy." But back to these guys not being able to touch kids anymore. I appreciate all the effort that's going into it, especially like if you just follow this, because I love talking shit about Catholicism, considering that used to be my thing.
Yeah.
And this is definitely a step in the right direction. It's going to eliminate some jokes, but we have a jubilee of them in my back pocket.
2 for 2 on world leaders for the day. And we were nice to Florida last week? What is going on?
I don't understand.
What is going on?
We gotta change into the tide right now?
Man.
Oh, man.
2 positive stories in a row. I don't know what's happened over here, but I don't mind it.
It's because they've been throwing us a lot of shitty news recently.
Yeah.
So like, let's fuck around and give them something nice to talk about so people don't want to stop listening to us.
It's been rough.
There's only like 7 of them anyway. We're about to lose them all. But yeah, shouts out, Pope Francis. I don't like your name.
He's a good man.
I like your gestures.
You couldn't control the name, so.
And well, you can. You choose your name when you get to be elected as Pope.
It's chosen for you.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, I thought you John Paul II.
Yeah.
Either way, it doesn't matter. We're not a religious podcast. Fuck them.
No. I'm just trying to share what little bit I retained.
Yeah, well, I didn't retain a lot.
All right. So, this is obviously a British article here. A mom with 2 wombs gives birth to twins weeks after having first child.
Medical anomalies.
Crazy.
A 20-year-old Bangladesh woman has given birth to twins less than a month after her first child was born.
That would suck.
Boom.
She gave birth to her premature son in late February. 26 days later, she was rushed to the hospital after complaining of pains in her stomach and had no idea she was still pregnant.
Who the fuck am I?
You're the guy closest to the fucking
closest to the
fridge.
fridge.
Christ.
And
Intalksication. Don't be a pussy.
after doctors performed an ultrasound, they were shocked to don't shake it up. To discover she had 2 wombs with 2 more babies still inside. Her and her husband are very poor and had never had an ultrasound before. That's possibly an explanation why she didn't know she had 2 uteruses.
I'd say, yeah, that's probably a good
100%.
reason, yeah.
And
Sure as God's got sandals. He does ultrasounds.
Doesn't even fit there.
but it says everything is going fine health-wise for
Good for her,
and her
because this sounds
children.
like hell.
It's a rough fucking go.
I feel like childbirth is fucking hell already. And now, like, a couple weeks later, like, hey, you're due again.
Well, here's
Like,
what
what?
I'm gonna tell you. If she was poor and she did it on the natch, no epidural, it's a rough fucking go for
She
her.
must be Catholic.
Bangladesh.
No. But yeah, I've witnessed childbirth twice, and if you do it with an epidural, it's actually easy as shit. So I don't want to hear anything about women in the whole childbirthing process unless you go into the complications. It's not
You
that bad.
giving birth?
No, but they have, and I've talked to them, and they both said it's not that bad if you have the medicine. Now, if you run into complications, I can assume it's a fucking horrible experience. But if you just get that little needle in your back and you're high for the next 7 hours so something falls out of your snatch, it's not the rough.
If you
roughest
go
thing you can go
natural,
through.
man.
You're a brave woman.
First of all, why?
I don't know why.
What?
It's offered to you for a fucking reason.
Oh, I wonder how much that costs.
Not if you have insurance, nothing. It's
No.
like expected. They're like, oh yeah, you know what? You're dilated this much. The baby's about to be here, man. Let's do this fucking epidural, and then they put a needle in your spine, and they put this dope ass fluid in there, and you just drugged up. But
Sounds like a good time.
Sounds
as far
glorious.
as how fucking crazy would it be if you're like, oh my god, we brought home this baby. It's gonna be a rough go, but we love this. It's gonna be great, honey. We're gonna figure it out. I promise, we're gonna figure it out. And she's like, oh, my tummy
I
hurts.
think I'm having
And
contractions.
then he's like, hey, no, it's like an earthquake. It's aftershocks, baby. It's not a big deal. And then all of a sudden she's like, no, for fuck's sake, like I'm having a fucking kid. And he's like, it's a weird bowel movement. We're gonna get past this. And then she goes, no, we're going to the fucking hospital. The doctor's like,
Twins. It's twins.
you had 1 month triplets. That's basically what it is. It's like a month in the same fucking time frame. You had 3 kids. Oh, that would be so awful. And especially the healing process takes a while after something just like a bowling ball shoots out of your pussy. So once that's going down, all that tearing's undergo, and you're starting to heal up. Then they go, hey man, let me unstitch you. We're gonna have to drop 2 more out of here. That would be fucking a nightmare. That would be so bad. And as a dad who barely can afford to take care of his kids, but I figured out, shouts out to good dads. Not having that planned for would be so bad, dude. Like, we just went to the baby doctor today. I only saw 1 baby in there. I'm like, boom, perfect, planned for, got it. If she gives birth, and then all of a sudden she's like, I think there's 2 more trapped in there. The fuck is that? It's not the bottom of a chip bag. We don't need to worry about this shit. We need to get this handled because Daddy Warbucks only has a couple of dollars left after Junior Sucktucket gets here. And it's bothersome. I feel so bad for these people. I'm sure the majesty of children is lovely and awesome. I love my kids, but extra ones, no thanks.
I don't know what to say.
Don't say anything, man.
All fair.
Say what you always say.
I don't have kids.
There you fucking go,
I don't
Jimmy
have
H.
children.
I also didn't know how to pull out until recently.
Shout out to the Catholic
Yeah,
religion.
shout out Sunday school, PSR.
Yeah, it's just crazy. So wait, does she have like 2 of everything? Like
I hope. What do you mean 2 of everything?
like 2
No.
sacks?
No, it's just 2
like,
uteruses, so it allows for 2 wombs.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah,
man.
so they'll never have kids again.
Oh no, no.
I feel like they don't need them.
That dude got
dad
fixed as soon as those other two came
I
out.
don't even know if it's that. I bet you that dad treated that other womb like a subscription to a channel he didn't want to use on a free trial, and he canceled that shit immediately. It's like, shut that shit down.
Yeah.
It's like a broken part of a turnpike. We're never going to use it again. So now, congrats on your 3 kids, though, Bangladeshi woman. You're only 20 with 3 kids. I'm sure you have a lot of life to live. Go to the next story for me, buddy.
God, that story was amazing. All right. The Ripper crew abducted and murdered women in the 80s. Now, Thomas Coco Reales, 58, is set to go free. After nearly 4 decades in prison, one member of a sadistic 4-man crew whose sexually motivated crimes were so depraved that authorities compared their acts to a modern-day Jack the Ripper or Charles Manson is expected to be set free on Friday.
Those are two very, very different.
I don't understand the comparison.
Yeah, that's
Jack the
up.
Ripper tore people apart.
Well, you'll hear what he did a little bit.
Based on their own recorded statements and signature style of mutilating their victims, the group known as the Ripper Crew is thought to be responsible for slaying as many as 17 women.
Don't laugh, Dave.
And don't tell me what to do. And for an unrelated fatal shooting of a man in the early 1980s. Authorities said they stalked across Chicago and the west and northwest suburbs in a reddish-orange van in search of women.
Always reddish-orange.
Never good. Never good.
At 58, Thomas Coco Reales is likely the only member of the group who will get a chance to rejoin society.
Oh, shit. My man was 18 doing this?
Yeah.
Horrible.
Whoa.
He originally received a life sentence for his role in the murder of a 21-year-old Elmhurst woman who was abducted outside the suburban office where she worked in May 1982. But a series of legal maneuvers and now defunct sentencing rules allowed him to go free after serving just half his prison term.
Yeah, that's fucked. That's not cool. Homeboy was 18 years old. Relatively young, I would say, to commit crimes of that nature.
Super young.
Yeah, I don't know if there's really an age marker that you would want to go by, but too young. And then you're just like sexually mutilating women, and then you're like, hey man, because of legal jargon, I'm gonna let you out though.
The other guy's dead?
The other guys aren't allowed to get out.
Oh.
There's a whole crew of them. There's a bunch of dudes rolling together just abducting women, sexually torturing them.
Get that.
Yeah, so like none of them should be able to get out ever.
Well,
Oh, no.
his younger brother was executed by lethal injection 20 years ago, right before Illinois abolished the death penalty. The other 2 defendants have exhausted all their appeals and will probably die in prison,
Fuck them.
though one is eligible for parole if he lives to be 89, 90.
I feel like if you had to execute one of them, you shouldn't let any of the other ones out.
I feel like what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Yeah.
You fucking kill them all. Like, you can't just be at 18 just running around being like, ooh, yeah, let's do this. And fucking straight up Jack the Ripper some women in the 1980s. And then they go, hey, man, because of some weird legalities, we're going to probably be able to let you go.
That's why I could never be like a defense attorney.
No.
I don't. There's no way.
This is so outlandish to me. Like,
What'd you do? I could probably get you out in 40 years. Yeah, for sure. You mutilate? Not 40 years. No, you'll be out. Don't worry. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Fuck that. I got morals. What the hell is going on?
But it just doesn't make any sense to me because there are people who do sentences longer for like an armed robbery.
Yeah.
For like an involuntary manslaughter. You could get some crazy fucking shit to happen. Or like just say a heated argument and you fought over a gun and you accidentally shot your neighbor. You're going to jail almost for your whole fucking life. We see what happened in Florida.
Yeah.
All right? And now this guy's like, yeah, I'll just cruise around trolling for tail. She said no. I said, doesn't matter. Grab her up,
I got
put
this
her in
knife
there.
right here.
Yeah.
You're going to do it.
You're like, oh, let's just completely disregard the fact that, like, the victim's family and, like, just, I don't know, moral conduct. You're going to let this person out.
Let me see what these guys
He's
look
an
like.
ugly motherfucker.
Oh,
this guy looks like he should be aborted now.
That's the crew. Those black and whites right there.
Oh, it looks exactly like who I thought
Does it surprise you they're all white?
No.
No, not even in the slightest.
All white. They got
every one of them.
the long, like, shoulder-length hair that's going
Like-
all over the
Yeah.
place.
Like Jimmy said, they look exactly like you think they do.
Oh, 100%.
And then these are pictures of some of their victims, Jimmy.
Oh, I didn't need all that.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just letting you know. I didn't
But
want
hey,
it. I didn't want it
Chicago,
either, but
get
I
your
scrolled
shit
and seen it.
together.
Yeah, what are you doing, Chicago?
I understand you released Jesse Smollett. Okay, whatever. Bugaboos. This guy needs to be away forever.
You're not even known as a safe city, really, so
No.
let's get your shit together.
Now, this is like one of 9 stories that popped up today about what happened in Chicago.
Yeah, I bet it is.
Second 15-year-old kid in 2 weeks have been shot in the
This-
South Side.
There's an article here. They're kind of making him sound like the original Brandon Dassey.
Like he was just fucking basically.
Like it says, if you know him, you would say he's not sexually violent. They portray him as a hapless
I think
follower with a low
switched that
IQ.
Yeah, but it doesn't.
It was just trying to help his brother.
You don't just help.
Yeah.
You know,
And then
And also, a low IQ does not exonerate you from being able to
No.
commit horrific crimes. Does anyone know who Gary Ridgway is?
yeah,
The Green River Killer had like a 77 IQ. Killed like 40 women. 47, I believe.
I thought it was 44 confirmed.
Something like that. 47 of them, like, they tried 44 confirmed something. But he owns like 71 of them.
Yeah.
So, you can be dumb and a murderer at the same time.
Yeah, it's okay.
They're not mutually exclusive.
he admitted to, in a tape record police interview, he admitted to being present during 3 attacks.
That's...
And at trial later, he denied being present at all and said the cops fed him the details.
Okay, well,
This is why I'm making the comparisons to Dassey because
But it doesn't say
it all
he's
sounds
being
the same.
exonerated. They said released. Exonerated and released are 2 different things.
Yeah,
oh yeah.
If they
Release
said
is like
exonerated, I
release
probably
is
wouldn't
just you've done your time. Exonerated is like, hey,
We know
We
we
don't think you
fucked
did
up,
it.
and we fucked up and put you there. That if it would have said exonerated, I would have never clicked on this. So yeah, fuck all of that noise though. Just keep him there. Keep him there. He's
Yeah,
been there
just
that long
really-
anyway. Fuck him. And his
58,
little
he was
brother's dead
18.
anyhow. He's got nothing to get out
he
to.
doesn't know what the fuck to do.
He
out
barely
here.
knows how to read.
The world has changed.
Yeah, it's simply too
that's
much.
him now.
Oh Jesus fucking Christ!
He looks like you'd clean your shit pipes.
He looks
Right.
like that dude from Pawn Shop, the main guy, just really broken down.
Yeah,
I don't know what that was about.
Shout out to James's bitch ass.
Yeah, it's his fucking birthday. Happy 19th birthday to MC Fuckface out there. Keep playing Mario Kart and leave us the fuck alone. Okay. Can we go to the next one, please? Yeah, fuck that guy, though. Keep him in jail. Him and R. Kelly can be bunkmates.
Yeah, that
They're
wouldn't
both
be
pretty
bad.
goddamn stupid.
all right. Cardi B says
Cardi B.
she drugged and robbed men because she had very limited options.
Why are you fucking up the money, Cardi B? What are you doing? Keep your mouth closed.
So stupid.
You're making them. Don't fuck it up.
Hit us, Lunchbox.
If y'all didn't hear the story, man.
I'm looking. Okay, so where to go here? In the clip from an Instagram live recorded 3 years ago, the rapper said, "I had to go strip. I had to go. Oh yeah, you want to fuck me? Yeah. Let's go back to this hotel. And I used to drug. I mean, it says N words, and I robbed them. That's what I used to do." She explained.
No bueno, Cardi B. It's an odd time frame to be saying stuff like that. Because how do you approach something like that?
Oh man.
If you even okay, and I'm not trying to draw a comparison because like it's horrific, but when a man does it to a woman, obviously the end game is a sexual gratification. Hers was money.
She's not Cosby. She's just a step above.
Yeah, like it was more lucrative for her. It was more about how lucrative she can get.
And it wasn't even allegations. Like you said it.
You owned
said
it. Someone was on the Instagram live like, "How lucrative did you?"
Yeah, I did it. I did it. What about it?
Sitting there like, yeah,
What?
so when before you made it, Cardi, could you tell us what you did to try to get by?
I stripped, robbed, and drugged men. What about it?
Yeah, and like all the same.
What about
And she doesn't say men. She says N words, and it's like, yo, how trashy do you want to make this right
It's
now?
like, man.
And the thing is,
You're making so much money. Why would you do something?
Shut the fuck up.
You sound just like any NFL. You sound like Josh Gordon. You are Josh Gordon yourself right now. You can make millions of dollars, but you can't just stay off the weed. Shout out to Stephen A. Smith.
I don't know.
Not
I don't
really.
know about the comparison. But
Well, because he's fucking up his money for stupid reasons.
Understandably so, but this is just morally wrong. Smoking weed is not morally wrong. This is morally wrong. I do agree. Probably shouldn't get prostitutes if you can't, but there's a market for it, so let's figure that out. However, if you're gonna be like, yeah, so as soon as you got the hotel room, there's a lot of fucking Z-Quil in my back pocket.
You literally could have ended it like, yeah, I used to strip. Guys would be like, I'd be like, you want to fuck me? All right, let's go back to my hotel room and fuck. End of story. Right there. You're good.
You don't gotta admit
then
this
you're like,
shit.
yeah, and then I drugged him and I robbed him. What about it?
Yeah, what about
What?
She could have said, I had sex with them, and then when they rolled over to fall asleep, I robbed them. And no one would care.
Nobody would have been the
No
wiser.
one would care. It's the drugging.
Well, that's for everybody.
It's the drugging. Yeah.
Slipped him a Mickey, and then let him go to sleep for a while. He woke up like Rip Van Winkle, like, the fuck?
Oh.
And I had his Rolex.
Oh, man.
Not a good move. No, it's a bad move.
It's a bad move.
My
Bad move.
favorite sentence in this whole article. While the former stripper said she was not proud of her actions, she felt they were necessary at the time.
Probably not.
No, I'm pretty sure they're not.
I don't think robbery is ever really necessary.
Mm-mm.
I feel like if
I
you're...
don't think drugging is
the
ever really
drugging part-
necessary.
The drugging part's where I get a little like, that's the gray area.
He said he was tired. I put some Z-Quil and, he fell asleep. He got
Well, what
weed
happened
on.
was he came in and he was having like a weird sinus reaction, so I slipped him all the Benadryl and Sudafed I could.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, he's asleep and a whole roll just falls out of his pocket. Can't just leave it there. It needs to find a home.
Yeah.
Found a home.
The maid's
right in
gonna
my
come in.
cleavage,
She might take
and I
it.
left.
Yeah. If he would have came back, I'd have given it to him, but he never
Yeah,
did.
He never did. I'm more of a lost and found, and no one's come back.
No one's ever
to
come
claim their
back.
goods. If they would claim their goods, I'd give them back.
Honest to
You know,
God,
now-
to be real, she's lucky they did not come back.
Oh, significant. So you're not really going to say anything about it because, you can say something about being drugged. They're not really going to come after you about the prostitute part. If they're like,
they're
but I'm drugged.
No, they're just going to come, oh, you robbed me? All right, well, now I got a problem with you.
Yeah.
And
I don't know. Well, no wonder Offset kid shaking on her. God damn.
Offset standing behind her.
It's because if he's in front of her, she's going to slip him some goddamn NyQuil and she's going to rob his ass. I don't know.
God damn
This is
it,
a bad
Cardi B.
PR move. It's like, these celebrities need to keep their fucking mouth shut. Like Liam Neeson, shut up. You shouldn't have said what you said. Goddamn Cardi B, shut up. You should have said what you said. Smollett, R. Kelly, all of you, just don't talk.
Yeah, just shut up.
Don't talk.
The thing is she was talking to like her PR rep or her agent before this happened, and they were like, "You keep your fucking mouth shut."
No, I feel like she wasn't. Because I'm pretty sure she was just on like IG Live because she always is.
She does stupid shit all the time.
And someone was just
yeah, I
pushing
forgot that
buttons.
part.
Because the video, she's like almost angry. And granted, it's from like 3 years ago, but she's like angry. So I think people were just pushing her buttons. She was like, you know what? This is what I had to do. I got out of it.
That's 100% fair. I forgot
like,
that
man.
I read it was on Instagram.
Yeah, you
My bad.
didn't. You actually just said it to say it. Like, you really just incriminated yourself to do it.
Like, what happened to pleading the fifth? Let's
Yeah.
just do that. Like, what'd you have to do when you were poor? A lot.
You know what? If I made millions of dollars a year, I would not say a word. I would say nothing to anybody ever.
Mm-mm. No way.
Never.
Let the music be what it is.
Yeah.
Keep dressing like a hooker and make your money.
Yeah.
And move on.
That's it.
That's all.
All day.
That's all you have to do.
Just make your money.
Don't connect with your fans. They like your stuff. Keep putting your titties up really high.
And if they
And
don't
showing
like
your
your
ass
music,
and
then
making music.
those are the people you don't have to talk to.
100%. They always say neglect the haters. Clearly, not you.
Oh, man.
Fucking obnoxious. All right, let's go to the next one.
This is why you got to figure out who's allowed to have money before they get money.
And social media.
Yeah.
You should probably not have social media if you're an idiot.
All right, guys. This is the worst of the week.
Worst of the week. Here we go.
A massacre leaves 134 dead.
Taking it down. Sorry, guys.
Jesus Christ.
This was a hard fall. The death toll from a massacre in central
African place, I think.
Malayan village, whatever, rose to 134 as a new video emerged Sunday showing victims strewn on the ground amid the burning remains of their homes. An ethnic Dogon militia already blamed for scores of attacks over central Mali over the past year had attacked an ethnic Pule village just before dawn on Saturday. Among the victims come on, dude. There's so many words in this.
All right, just try to condense it, buddy.
And
Say a lot of people got killed.
Agasagu were pregnant women, small children, and the elderly.
So everybody, they went after everybody.
No distinction. Now, I know this is really dark and we try to stay away from the super dark stuff, but we try to touch on everything that's happening in the world, and that's actually a pretty big thing. That was on like multiple news forums.
Oh, yeah, I feel it.
It's giving you a greater appreciation for your lives.
Not only that, but it also gives you an idea of allocating our military for the right reasons. This is a multitude of attacks that these people have committed, and we're talking about like spreading peace, helping people out. These are people who have no chance to defend themselves, and this is happening all over the place.
Children and pregnant women.
Yeah, and it's like we just kind of turn a blind eye and we have bigger fish to fry. I mean, we talked about other stories. We've made this the worst of the week, and there was other things. This was further down in the headlines, and this is something that it's perpetuated all over the place, and we turn a blind eye because it's not here. But just because it's not here doesn't mean it's not fucking wrong on the nth degree, and there's something we can do about it. And as a first world country, it's not our job to big brother third world countries, but there is a time to step in. I mean, we used to do that. We used to not be scared back in like the 40s. I mean, I do understand World War II had a little bit more to it, but part of it was also, fuck you, you can't do that.
Yeah.
What happened to that?
Yeah, this shit's crazy. This shit is like crazy.
Like it's the inactions of man have consequences too. And like if you're not going to do something about this, like that's a consequence that weighs on you, and you have the opportunity to do something. And there's things, and I wanted to bring this up also because there's going to be GoFundMes and campaigns, and I wanted to shed light because these people need help. And I'm not going to try to dive too deep in this and take the mood down all the way to negative town, but yeah, throw some money that way. You know, thoughts and prayers are useless. Give them your cash.
Yeah,
give them your time. Speak out about it. You got the shekels to spare. But it's just fucking, I know, it's a lot, man. I apologize. I do. I had to. You know how I am. I'm slightly humanitarian as much as I hate the world. I know. I know. Palate cleanser. Excuse me.
Okay.
Let's get that out of the damn way.
I had to, man. I'm sorry. I couldn't ignore it.
What's the best of the week lunchbox?
Hit by an arrow. A mobile phone dies saving Australian man. All right, an Australian man had a lucky escape while confronting a man armed with a bow outside his home.
What?
As a loose arrow pierced the mobile telephone he was holding to take a photograph of the incident. The 43-year-old man had returned on Wednesday to find the man who was known to him waiting outside his home in Nimbin, a small East Coast town around 150 kilometers south of Brisbane. The resident held up his phone to take a photo of the armed man, who then engaged the bow and was ready to fire. It's alleged the man fired the arrow at the resident, which pierced through the man's mobile phone, causing the phone to hit him in the chin. It left a small laceration that did not require medical treatment. A 39-year-old man was arrested at the scene and charged.
Is it luck, or is it just very good accuracy?
I just think that a lot of the time I sit there and I'm like, man, why the fuck are they recording this shit? You need to try to stop this dude. And this time, recording possibly saved your fucking life.
Yeah, but it was also the wrong thing to do. Like, he brought the fucking bow back. He was ready to fire that bitch, and my man was like, you know, I gotta get a fucking picture of this. He does this crazy shit.
That's why I'm gonna go.
Mad lucky. That's why it's hilarious to me. It's like, dude, it reminded me, like, at first when I heard it, I was like, dude, he's got one of them Nokias from back in the day? Them fucking bricks for phones that are just indestructible. No, it's a smartphone.
It didn't say.
I don't. It's probably not anything we have because it's in a different country.
No, they have all that.
They have.
But they got iPhones and Galaxies.
I know they have different ones too. I'm just saying.
Oh.
They have like the big ones, but then they have like those weird niche ones that like exist on their.
I'm gonna say luck and good aim, because as soon as he pulled that phone up, that dude tried to scare him, and that's why he shot the phone.
If they hit him in the chin, I think my man was trying to hit dude in the face.
My man was going for the kill shot.
But if he shoots after the phone gets pulled up, Like, he might have had an aim going.
I don't think he was
but
winning.
then,
I think
but then
he
when
I
he
don't think so. Yeah,
once the dude pulls the phone up,
I think he meant business.
I think the dude already had the phone because he's like, I need to show this to the police. I'm going to record you acting like a fucking fool. Hey, William Tell, get the fuck out of here. All right? We're not doing Robin Hood 3 here. We're trying to figure this out. Get off my goddamn
I don't
property.
think there's any way that guy saw him pull out the phone and he's like, you know what, I'm just going to scare the fuck out of him.
the dude's not Hawkeye. He's not just like, boom, arrow, got it, scared you. No fucking way. Jeremy Renner's busy doing something.
Imagine him pull out his phone real quick. He's like, oh, nope. Boom, not calling the cops now. What the fuck are you going to do now, huh?
Phone's gone, but I busted your chin. Warning shot.
like,
no.
Jesus Christ.
I think he really tried to fuck this dude up.
I want to know what happened after that.
Arrested. That's
Well,
all I
no,
got.
okay, yeah.
Oh, do you think he like charged him or something? Like
I'm just saying there's
down?
a lot of time in between when the cops got there and when that shot was fired.
What if he ran in the house? Because, I mean, bow and arrow to your house ain't gonna do shit.
I'm just saying, what if he only brought one arrow?
He's like, oh, fuck. Ill-prepared.
Shit, I missed. I should have brought more.
You should have brought more.
But like,
Here's my thing about bow and arrows, though. I feel like I've seen my girl shoot with a bow. She's pretty good, but that's like a stationary target. If someone's trying to hit you with a bow and arrow, I feel like for the most part, you can just kind of like fucking zigzag towards them. And you should be able to accomplish that. And if they don't hit you in the vital area, you probably just keep running and you can fuck them up. Because it's a puncture wound. If you don't pull it out, it's going to hold in the blood for the most part. You should be okay.
I mean, it depends on the bow and the arrow, because some of those
arrowheads are kind of fucking
halfway
crazy
through your goddamn body.
Some of those are just dildo arrows, too.
And some of them are almost like hollow points where you shoot them and then they open up and they just lacerate everything.
You know what? You're not wrong there. I don't know much about bow and arrows.
Well, apparently this guy doesn't either, because
Clearly not.
he had more than enough time after he shot that phone to get his job done, and I don't.
He was probably like, what if he was just like, he did it and he was like, oh, shit. Really fucked the pooch on that one. And then he just, oh, mate, it escalated rather quickly. Sorry about that.
Side note, don't go to fucking Australia.
Yeah, if the animals are going to kill you.
It seems cool and all. It seems beautiful. One big island. Awesome. Different culture. Neato. Sydney Opera House.
I would go if I could.
Super cool.
Coastally. I bet you this happened, like, not even close to the coast.
Apparently.
No, but all the cities are on the coast.
Yeah, but all the
All the way
cities,
around.
unless you go to Sydney, you're going to die. All right?
true.
If I've learned anything from Case File,
yes.
Brisbane's a
Death.
pretty nice city.
It's death.
and if you're not in a city where they'll kill you, you got to go out into the wilderness where the animals will kill you.
See,
It's true.
like, if you compare it to where we live, like, where this guy lived is probably like the middle field compared to Brisbane being Cleveland.
I feel like you get shot with bow and arrow in Middlefield as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though.
Yeah.
Like Brisbane would
I
be
can see it.
Cleveland, and where this guy lives would be Middlefield.
Mm.
So it's probably like a suburb
I don't
where
know.
where they have a
Those
little
are
more
worse.
land.
All I'm saying is whoever that made that phone, endorse this story for your next commercial.
someone
You're going to
tell me
sell
what
a lot.
that
Hands
was.
down.
Hands down.
Because you've
got arrow-proof phones.
effectively ended the Galaxy versus iPhone debate, depending on if it was one of those.
I don't believe it was an iPhone. I believe they would have said it. That's good
I mean,
advertisement.
they didn't say anything
I
at
know.
all.
So that's why I don't think it's either of the major ones. But regardless, it's fucking cool.
Yeah, good for those manufacturers, man.
Yeah.
Imagine if you just had like a screen protector on and it bounced off, and it was like, ding. And you're
Oh
like,
yeah, you got one of those tempered glass ones, and you're like,
Yeah.
"Fuck, man, I need to get me one
he's
of
like,
those."
you can't hit me, it's tempered glass, and he's like, fuck, he's got tempered glass.
Or it had tempered glass, and the dude actually fired more than one arrow, but it just kept putting his phone in front of it like a fucking shield, just shing, 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 and then finally the tempered glass got that small crack in it, and then it just gave way, and he's like, "Oh, got me in the chin. I'm
Yeah.
out of here, guys." He goes inside, grabs a koala, chucks it at him, figures out the rest of the story. He's like, "You're gonna hit me with an arrow, chlamydia,"
One of
and
those
then
big
fuck
ass,
him off.
one of those big ass red kangaroos comes out, and he's like, oh
Yeah.
shit, I'm out of here.
Oh, he's
I'm
all
outta here.
jacked and swole. Fucking with my mans, bro.
Hopping
Stop
on his
fucking with
tail.
my mans. And Dingo goes up there, just like fucking
It does nothing.
It does nothing.
I don't think dingoes do shit.
No, but a brown snake figured it out at the end of it and just killed everyone.
Oh,
Some of my favorite stuff on YouTube though is just watching people try to fight a kangaroo,
Sometimes
just-
they win.
get the shit
I've
kicked
seen
out of
one
them.
guy win. And it was a dude who had
I
the dog
feel-
taken.
I-
That kangaroo was terrifying because it just kind of came up and he's like, this is my fucking dog now.
I feel like I've watched 100 of these
What?
videos and I've seen like maybe 5
I
guys
feel people are
win.
mad pussy and you can fuck a kangaroo up.
I feel like
if you know how to
can.
fight a little bit, you can.
I feel like
100%.
you can.
I fucking know I can.
I want you to, so you get fucked
I
up.
can't afford to go to Cleveland, let alone Australia.
You're gonna get hit one. You're gonna hit it once in the face. It's
They
gonna.
don't punch.
It's gonna kick
They
you in your
scratch you.
fucking leg and
Fuck 'em.
destroy it.
Never gonna happen. I'm too fast.
You're possibly the slowest person I know.
Not wrong. No, but I'm fast.
I
I'm fast going straight. It's a left
not.
or right.
It's
I
not
don't
like
really have
it's
going
not
on.
like you're dodging one. They're balancing on their tail and.
I know, but dude, if I
shitting
do
on
a
you with
spin
two.
move to a roundhouse to take the back motion, rear naked choke.
It's already kicked you
What's our
6
next
times.
story, Dave? What's our
Okay,
next?
it's not
shit?
next stories. We're going to fun fucking facts,
What's
bro.
the fun fact then?
God damn it.
God damn you!
No, fuck you. I would beat the shit out of a kangaroo.
No, you wouldn't.
Hands down.
No, you
Kangaroo.
wouldn't.
I would
Even-
wear koalas like boxing gloves and
Even
just bring
that
that
guy-
fucker home.
And get
Even that
chlamydia
guy
all over his
who hit the one who got his dog back, that kangaroo ate that fucking punch, and I think he was
It
just
was still a little
confused.
shocked. No,
Yeah.
he's like, ooh, that was a good fucking. That was
No,
a good
I
straight.
think he was confused because kangaroos don't get fucking punched ever.
Exactly.
So he didn't know what was
scared.
going on.
It's gonna be. A
No, it
new
didn't scare it.
experience.
That kangaroo still stayed right the fuck there,
Yeah,
and
he
the
didn't
guy
square up though. Pussy
kinda-
kept his hands down.
because they fight with their fucking feet.
Well, dude, I don't care. I got good hands.
No, you're gonna get shit on.
I got great hands.
You're gonna get your pelvis
I'm the
blown
fat
out.
Canelo, dude. I got this.
Christ.
Fuck a kangaroo. I don't give a shit.
They will fuck you up.
Fuck them and their Joeys, dude. I'll kick them in their second vagina. I don't give a shit.
Actually, you know what? Any man named Joey will fuck you up.
That's not true.
There you go. I said it.
That's not even. I don't even know what you're talking about right now. Now you're just trying to be mean.
No,
It's not nice.
kangaroos would destroy
It's
you.
not gonna happen, dude.
Kangaroos. I've had this
not-
argument
It's
with.
not. I've had it with 9 people, dude.
I think a kangaroo would fuck a horse up. Okay, and
A horse just beat up an alligator. No, alligators eat kangaroos.
They have like no mobility.
No mobility. Bloody death
Alligators?
row, dude. Steve Irwin. could
Where
tell
was
you
the
different.
alligator? Was it coming out of the water, or was it just on
No,
land?
just walking across a path. The horse said, "Fuck
oh,
you."
in the
And
horse's
decided
natural
to
habitat,
Edward
where the horse
Norton the
has
shit out of a
everything.
crocodile, dude.
A kangaroo would destroy a horse.
No fucking way.
Yes.
No,
Oh,
it
yes.
wouldn't.
First of all,
Not
a
even
horse is
close.
only going to kill you from behind.
No, they can bite you, and I've seen a horse bite a fucking tongue out of another horse's mouth.
Let's do
Facts.
that. Mobility. Who's got it? Kangaroo, horse. Kangaroo.
I don't believe that kangaroos are even mobile at this point.
Kangaroos. So the kangaroo gets on the
Super
side of that
idiots.
horse and blows out one of them fucking twig legs of that horse. Now you have to go out and shoot the horse.
And I'll kill the kangaroo with a rear naked choke. Done.
You won't, because it'll fuck your
I
legs
will
up.
scoop the back legs of a dingo and swing it around like I'm trying to have a kid, do that weird fucking thing where you get all dizzy and stuff like that. You grab by the arms, dislocate the shoulders. I will fuck a kangaroo up.
No.
Facts,
How'd you
bro.
go from a dingo to a kangaroo? That
Because
doesn't
I'm
make
going to
any
take a
sense.
dingo and beat a kangaroo to death with it.
No, you won't. A
Yes, I
kangaroo's
will.
gonna fuck your day up.
Never in a million fucking years.
Absolutely.
Never.
Absolutely.
Never.
For the record,
I'm going to drop a fucking firecracker in its pouch. I don't give a shit.
we've been downloaded in Australia, and I hope they're laughing their fucking balls off at this.
If there's
right now.
one Australian person out there,
I will fucking accept the challenge. Mail me the kangaroo.
put money on this and
Mail
let
me
us,
the fucking
let us
kangaroo.
fucking know. Actually, anybody in the world, let us know. Fat piece of shit Doug versus the kangaroo.
Wow,
Who's
that
gonna
got a
win?
little dark. Huh? Fat piece of shit.
who's gonna win? It's gonna be the kangaroo. You
So
get your
many
shit
extra
blown out.
adjectives.
If you even get close to a kangaroo to punch it in the face, you're already in the
Dude, I'm
range.
checking those leg kicks.
You're already
checking 'em.
in range for that thing
I'm
to
checking
blow out your lower body.
Never gonna happen.
You're
I know
gonna
it looks like, dude, I got so much beer padding here. I'll figure it the
You're
fuck out,
gonna
dude.
get destroyed.
I don't even care. I don't even care, dude. I'll use one of my children as a human shield, and I'll figure it out. I'll fuck this kangaroo up.
You're that kangaroo.
Hands fucking down. Not gonna happen.
You're so
Never.
fucked.
Never. Fuck kangaroos. Fuck every goddamn marsupial. I don't give a shit. Fuck them.
And destroy you.
I don't care. Fuck you. Next fucking thing. Fun fact of the day. Doug gets his ass kicked by a kangaroo. Said no one ever.
Said
Not gonna
everyone
happen.
all the time. You know what, Dave? Do you think Doug could beat a kangaroo?
I've never actually watched Doug fight, but I've watched many a kangaroo fight. And I think you get.
There's not a lot of me
I
fighting.
think you kick. I think they kick you in the dick a lot.
If they
You ever
kick me in the
seen
dick, might take me down. I knew that. I know they have claws on the bottom of the feet. That's fair. If
But
it's in the
I-
dick, you got me.
I
But
think
if
they-
anyone kicks me in the dick, I'm fucked.
But
They're-
they have big feet. It won't just be your dick. They're gonna blow your whole
I
pelvis
check
out.
it, dude. I just check it. Tink, turn to the side.
I have a hard time betting against a kangaroo.
I have to because
Because
stupid animals.
They lean back on their tail like a recliner and just kick the fuck out of you.
Okay.
All
Not scared. Full confidence.
I'm just saying.
I need to get my cardio up. That's for sure. But outside of that,
Nothing's gonna help you.
nothing's
That kangaroo's
gonna
got all the
help me.
cardio.
I guess
Nothing's
fat.
gonna
I'm
help
too fat.
you.
I'm gonna
All ca-
train.
All
I'm gonna train
kangaroos
for it.
do is cardio all day. They're just hopping around running.
That's all they fucking do.
I don't care. I don't care. I
You got
feel
that
confident. Just don't give them a lot of distance because I know if they got distance,
Not to mention,
control.
they hop around in the natives of Australia.
I don't give a fuck about the rural grounds.
That's where all the fucking most dangerous animals in the goddamn planet
Yeah,
are.
but I don't live there, so they don't know.
They fuck around with all that shit all day, every day. You're just a little bitch-ass person that they're gonna destroy.
Why is it go? Why are we attacking my character?
Because.
No, there's no basis in this.
Because.
I saw Crocodile Dundee 3 times. I'll do the little fucking thing, and then I'll make it be like, oh, and I'll fucking get it done, dude. I'll go on a walkabout for 6 months. I will fuck shit up. You have no idea.
Oh, you're so fucked.
Ah, God damn it.
Okay. Are you guys ready for fun facts?
Yeah, I guess.
Is it
Maybe.
about how hard a kangaroo kicks?
I wish it fucking was now. I wish it fucking was.
I do too. I'm actually gonna look it up.
Yeah, dude, definitely do
Okay,
that.
so fun fact: wealthy Europeans in the 15 and 1600s ate parts of corpses, believing them to have medicinal properties. Blood, powder ground up from the human skull, and human fat were all used to cure various ailments.
It's fucking disgusting.
Yeah, like
Yeah, that's really good.
Like, where does
that's
that
so
cross your
fucked.
mind? Where does that cross? You're like, dude, I got a real bad tummy ache. Eat this guy's tummy.
Like,
What? Dude, my hand hurts.
If you eat it, it'll regen stem cells. Stem cells.
Boom. It's where it got to start. That's why we outlawed it in the United States. I get it.
I really feel like back then was probably the most fucked up time in human
That's
history.
so fucking retarded. Bro.
Just so you know, by the way, this says that a kangaroo from Australia has a lightning fast double kick that can tear you open from the sternum to the top of the legs.
I don't believe it.
One kick has the force of 850 psi.
Not scared.
At 185 and 6 foot tall. That's how big kangaroos are.
What kangaroo are we talking? We're talking about red or gray?
That's a red one.
Okay, what about the grays? What are they like?
He's
I have to reaffirm my stance on this, guys. I talk a lot of shit about kangaroos. I saw them. They didn't look that big. They didn't look 6 foot.
I think grays are smaller though.
I think, yeah.
What animal do you think has the most powerful single kick?
Kangaroo
No, dude.
or a
mule.
horse.
Horse or a zebra?
Oh, of course, a zebra though. They're all striped and angsty.
Yeah,
Yeah, they gotta fight off alligators.
Yeah, they got.
And
Well, dude,
lions.
they got to fight off lions and shit.
they kick a lion right in
They
the
gotta kick a
fucking
lion
grill.
right in the dick.
Holy
right in the
fuck.
grill.
Okay.
Fossil records show that their megafauna ancestors, kangaroos, were 12 foot tall and 600 pounds and just as fast.
That's upsetting.
That's
I'm a
terrifying.
fan of
Fucking
this.
scared me
That's
as shit.
horrifying.
Because kangaroos can hop like 22 miles an hour.
Yeah.
So
But
this
they're not. Their lateral movement's not that good.
Jesus Christ.
All right, so I'm gonna have to catch him from behind. I'm gonna sneak attack. I'll be Beverly Hills Ninja this shit. I got you. I'm not as fat as Chris Farley, but I'm pushing it.
do we want to keep going with the fun facts?
Yeah.
Well, I just wanted to
keep
touch on
doing
the
it.
fact that cannibalism
Okay.
as a fad to try to help cure medical ailments is insane.
We're glad that died out.
Yeah, I'm
All right.
I'm really happy that they, is that what Dahmer was doing? He was like, dude, I have erectile dysfunction. I'm just gonna eat all these dicks.
Probably.
Is that what happened? Oh my
I can
God.
see that happening.
It'd be a
hand
better
sandwiches.
defense than what he had.
Yeah, he had
probably.
nut. He's like, I needed to create a slave. And you can't say that in court when the majority of your victims were African American. It's
Right.
fucked up, dude.
No.
No
Base-
shots out, Dahmer.
Baseballs were originally made from horse foreskins. Look at that face. Look at that face,
Why
bro.
though? Why?
Y'all couldn't find any other materials.
I mean, I got a heavy load to take.
Either that or did they have the surplus of foreskins?
Have you
No.
seen a horse dick? That foreskin probably makes one baseball
Probably true.
or 3 baseballs. Who knows?
Mhm. Or a parachute.
But there had to be alternative materials.
Not to them.
I mean-
not to them. They're like, dude, we have a lot of horses. They
Probably,
got a lot of skin.
but their horse dies. They just take the foreskin.
And how
That's
did
the
it
first
start?
thing you go for? The horse dies. They're like, dude, you know what? I'm not
Because
gonna mount it. We're
they're-
just gonna take the foreskin.
I mean,
Fuck it, it's
they're
important.
probably not circumcising the horse when it's born.
I would assume not.
Okay, and
So
how does
when
it start?
they wait for it,
Horses aren't normally Jewish.
Because-
so I understand.
Clearly, foreskins were before baseball. That's obvious. So did someone just take a horse's foreskin, ball it up, and they're like, you know what?
Well, I mean, it kind of makes sense when you look at like where some of the sports come from. Didn't they used to play like soccer with heads and shit?
yeah,
So I mean, it's probably some sort of barbarism in a way.
Yeah.
I think it's barbaric as fuck, but people are stupid, and
But with horses, that doesn't make any sense.
maybe the horse had a bad day, And they were like, fuck this guy, I'm taking his skin. And then the dude's like, what are we going to do with it?
Probably got stomped out by a kangaroo.
Didn't happen. They're not even indigenous to the same place. We're done.
You don't think Australia has horses?
They were brought there. I don't believe in Australia. I don't even know if it's real. It's like Neverland. As in, never go to that land. All right, what's the next fucking fun fact?
Ounce for ounce, human bones are stronger than steel. A cubic inch of bone can bear a load of 19,000 pounds, roughly the weight of 5 pickup trucks.
Which is why I find it so astonishing when people break bones.
Imagine how strong big boned people are.
Is that even a thing?
I don't know.
I don't know. Because I remember a lot of the time when I was fat, people were like, no, you're just big boned. I'm like, no, you're just nice.
I would have never been that nice.
I know, because you're a piece of shit.
Not at all.
No. But that I just think
I'd have tried to make you cry every day.
well, it's not possible.
I need a list of the hardest, because diamond is the hardest.
Diamond is the
right?
hardest substance in the world, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty sure. I don't know what comes after that, but if bones are that strong, we gotta be up there somewhere, right?
And that makes me think, like, because you just showed me that video. That's why I picked this. That dude landed in that double overtime and broke his shit. I'm like, how fucking hard was he on his legs
Christ.
for that to happen? If they're saying that, cubic inch wise, it's 19,000 pounds.
Yeah, but that's angles too.
That could be true. Came down the wrong angle. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess like straight down, good as fuck.
Shout out Yusuf Nurkic, I think that's his name.
Yeah. Sorry, buddy. Hope everything goes well for
Jesus
you.
Christ.
That
Everything
guy.
goes well for you. That was horrific, my guy. Not a good time for anyone involved.
You got some weak bones in him.
Ah, fuck,
Clearly.
man. More milk.
He needs some milk.
He needs some milk. Yeah. But yeah, now that we touched on them fun facts, we have a good person who came through. Gave us some
Couple fan questions.
Do you
here.
want to? Here's the thing. Do you want to end with recommendations? Or do you want to end with fan questions?
I think if we get fan questions, we should always end with them. But if people are going to be shitty and not giving to us, then we should always go recommendations.
Fine
All
with
right.
me.
So what are we going to recommend from you, Jimmy H?
Oh shit. Well, I haven't really been up to much, so I'm gonna dig back in the treasure trove, and I'm gonna recommend Dragon Ball Super because I hear it's rumored to be coming back out in July with new episodes. So I'm recommending Dragon Ball Super to anybody who doesn't watch it, and if you don't watch it, you probably had a terrible childhood.
Don't talk about Lunchbox's parents like that.
I don't watch that shit.
Terrible
I
child.
watch American cartoons.
You know, we have anime, right? You know that?
I don't care. I don't watch it.
Well, then you don't watch American cartoons.
I watch American cartoons.
Pick your battles, Dave.
Dave, you got nothing?
No, actually, I watched Triple Frontier
Oh, okay. How'd you like
on the Netflix, and it's good. There's a good twist to it, and the cast.
Pretty solid.
What's it about?
They're like special forces guys turned mercenaries.
They robbed the cartel. It's actually
They go and they rob a cartel. They find out like inside the drywall of this fucker's house, the whole house is lined with money. So they just like kind of tear his house apart, stealing his money. And then they're
Ooh, that's nice.
it's got Ben Affleck,
Charlie
Oscar
Hunnam.
Isaac, Charlie Hunnam. The cast is great,
Mhm.
and there's a twist or two in there that people probably aren't ready for, which makes it even better. And I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I am going to follow yours up with. I was online and I watched a snippet, but I want to watch the whole thing. I don't have Viceland, but Viceland did
You
the
get the
action.
app.
Yeah, I just don't want to pay for it because I'm poor.
You don't have to pay for it.
Oh, okay. Well, cool. I'll definitely check it out. But Viceland did a little snippet because they promote their shit all the time online. And they did the actual documentary that was the inspiration behind Triple Frontier. And it is fucking fascinating.
Keep in mind, Viceland's super biased at times.
But I'm just saying it's fascinating. I don't know. They interview the guys from it, and they talk about like how they planned it, what they thought was going to happen. Then they realized the volume. And they realized like the mistakes they made, what happened here, where they could have gone better. And because I talked to somebody about Triple Frontier prior to you just explaining it, and I'm like, wow, that's fucking insane. And then you actually watch snippets of this doc, and you're like, it seems pretty true to the root of the source, but also it just shows you like how even legit as fuck as far as like their special forces to mercenary thing.
I mean, special forces are damn near mercenaries.
Yeah. And how it got foobarred, and it's partly this thing, partly that thing, partly that thing. and how plans just don't go according to action, and it's fucking actually really interesting.
Also, the movie deviates from the actual story because the
Oh, see, now they just tailored that video to make
No,
the
it's-
Netflix one look good. No,
it's-
I have
it's-
a bad recommendation.
no,
Damn
no,
it.
no, 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 no.
Just kidding.
It's
Yeah.
it was it was like a theatrical reason to make the twists,
Because you got to make it more.
Because
Make the
they-
movie entertaining. I get it.
Right.
and they were Affleck's ideas.
Okay.
So
Which is kinda
there's,
crazy with-
there's things that happen in Triple Frontier that aren't
yeah,
lined up with the actual story.
Should you take a real life story and doctor it up to make it more theatrical? Because I feel like
little
this is
bit.
a real story.
Certain times.
So
Certain
if you
times.
already don't think this is batshit insane, like if Batman was real, that shit would be crazy as fuck. But it's not. This is real.
Here's my take on it. If you're gonna do like a biopic, then you should not take a lot of creative report, like our Regency or whatever. What is it? Creative agency? Whatever.
Yeah,
You
creative
shouldn't
license.
Yeah, creative license. Thank you. You shouldn't take a lot of that. But this is a single event, and I think in order to keep the tone going and the pacing where it needs to be, a little bit's okay, but you shouldn't go so far off the story that you're like, oh, that's fucking ridiculous, and it doesn't make any sense. Which has happened in lots of movies.
They do it.
But-
That's why they always put based on a true story.
Or inspired by.
Yeah,
true events
inspired
or
by.
something like that.
Like
yeah.
otherwise they have to word it
Like every horror movie ever made.
Yeah, they're all inspired.
Inspired by true events.
Yeah,
Get the
what
fuck out of here.
All right, well, those are our recommendations. And who sent us in, I believe, 2 fan questions?
Both questions come from a man who calls himself J Mac Attack.
Do we know this person?
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do. Question 1. What do you guys think of Jordan Peele's statements about not making any movies with white leads?
That's fine.
I don't see a problem with it as long as...
I think people need to realize how he said it. He didn't say he wasn't going to cast white people.
Yeah, that was how it got misconstrued in a lot of the, like,
all you white
headlines.
people can hop off the fucking dick of this.
Yeah. Also, I think that it doesn't really... It's an artist's rendition. It's his art. It's how he wants to make it. It's
Sure.
like saying if you're a musician, I don't want to collaborate with this person because that's not my vision. That's not what I envision.
Yeah, I don't think J. Cole's going to go out and make music with Slipknot.
No, I don't see that happening. Tech Nine did it, and it was terrible. But when someone says, I'm not going to... When they worded it the way it was like, he's not going to cast any white people. That's not true because there's already...
Well,
he did a whole movie where half the cast
It
were
was
white people.
worded fine. The interview
Yeah.
was done fine.
No,
it
I'm
was
talking
just
the
people took
people, the
renditions
tag-
of
yeah,
it that
the
they
tagline.
wanted to create an agenda off of. And
Mhm. And if you look at what he's kind of doing with his movies and with Get Out, like he has his issues and his creative ideas that he wants to push regarding like social issues
Yeah,
that
it's all
happen
for a
in the
reason.
world. It's all for a reason. And if that's his take on it, that's fine. That doesn't mean he's a racist. That doesn't mean like he doesn't like white people. It's just I've seen these stories be told over on this side of the fence, and I want to do those kind of stories, but I want to do it in my way. And the way I know is to do it this way.
Yeah.
And for
this
anyone,
whole thing was just like, I've seen the movie with the white lead
Yeah.
before.
and he's like, and I've seen the movie where the black guy dies 99.5% of the time.
Yeah.
Before everybody else, or he's just comedic relief. And I
Right.
want them to be like a driving point in the
And
story.
for any white person who's like, well, I have a black friend, Jordan Peele's wife is white.
Children
so,
are half white.
There
Yeah.
you go.
There you go.
Hop off his fucking dick.
Yeah, and just don't make it about that in
Yeah,
that same
don't make it a
regard
big deal at all.
It's
Both
not.
of these movies are supposed to be fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, and then they both take like different like I mean, Get Out, clearly you haven't seen it. But when
Well, I know
do
he
see
said
it,
Us is supposed to be a horror movie. Get Out was like a social.
it's well they're both
issues.
I guess I haven't seen Us.
Well,
yet,
it's what
but
he's-
they're-
it's what
they're-
he's
they're
saying.
Yeah, it's like Us is more horror than it is like Get Out was definitely kind of like touching on the whole
Yeah.
appropriation aspect of things, which I
Yeah.
mean in the time frame it was niche. It was right there. It's a perfect place to fall into. He executed well, and it's a pretty fucking good movie. By the way, mostly full of white people.
Yeah.
And now he did a movie where it's mostly full of African Americans, and everyone's like, "Oh, well, you casted a lot of African Americans," and he's like, "Yeah, that's the way
It's
this movie
crazy. It
goes."
doesn't even look like there's that many people in this movie.
There's not that
Looks
many
like
people
there's
in
like
any
a
of his
family of
movies.
4. And
They're
that's it.
like Get Out has like I mean, except for the scene where there's a bunch of people at a party. There's only like 6 people in that whole fucking movie.
yeah, this is completely fine. It's a non-issue.
It's yeah, to me, it's
shouldn't
just
be if it is an issue for you, you should probably look at yourself because
and it's just a reason to bitch. It's just every now and again we see it all the time where white people just want to bitch about how they start feeling like they're being underrepresented.
right.
They're
People
being,
have
there's
other minority groups have their reasons, and white people always want to come back with, "Well, this
What
is
about
what,
us?"
well, this is the wrong with us."
yeah. And it's
So-
like it doesn't. It's not about you. It's about just let the guy make his art. And
You
just shut
made
up.
2 movies. Calm down.
And he's in the middle of the 3rd one in a TV show. And what everyone I know loves Key and Peele, mostly black people, the whole fucking time. What's the problem? It's just the way he does his things. No one gets mad at Spike Lee for making his movies, mostly black
Especially
people.
like at the end
No
of the
one
day,
gets mad at John Singleton for making all his movies, mostly black people. They're good fucking movies. It doesn't matter.
just like any other art. If you don't like it, don't support it.
Thank you.
Get over it.
Thank you. No need to bitch about it. Just be away from it.
Right. Be an adult.
The only thing I got about it is when creative people, when they write their stories are better when they write what they know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
too.
his leads are going to be African American because that's the life he knows best.
Yeah.
He's going to be able to write those characters better than the side characters.
Easily.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with it.
And that's fine because I really don't care, but I support it. You have a right to do your thing the way you want to do it, how you think it's going to work out
And that's
best.
literally all art.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the whole fucking industry is art. Music is art.
And
It's
discrimination.
art. This shit is all art.
Hollywood is all discriminatory in a certain way.
Oh,
Where
yeah.
it's like, if you're too heavy, if you're too skinny, if you're too white, if you're too black, if you're too feminine, if you're too masculine, you're not going to get certain roles. That's just the way it is because it's not going to fit the art.
Right.
So if you're not going to fit the art, go fuck yourself. Doesn't matter. There's an artist rendition, his idea of creativity and what he wants to
And
put out in the world.
that's literally art
That's
they say art is a reflection of self. And if that's what he wants to put out, that's what he wants to
And
put
I'm
out.
going to go on a limb, and this might be an unpopular opinion, but it's the only place where that's completely acceptable because of what the form it is.
Right.
You can't be like, oh, I'm not going to hire any white people for my fucking
He never once said
I know.
anything
That's what I'm saying, but that's
Right.
the way it's being blown up to.
Right.
It's like, you're not alienating them just because they're white. He's like, this is
It's
just
not
the way
like
I do it.
it's not like he was like, I don't cast white people's leads because they don't deserve it. Fuck them.
Yeah. Or exactly. It's stupid.
Stop blowing things out of proportion.
Yeah, people, let's relax.
Stop misquoting people.
All right, and so what's the other question from J Mac Attack? Shouts out J Mac Attack. We appreciate you.
What's up, buddy? So what are your guys' thoughts on this high school dunk contest where the girl got better scores than the dude?
Fucking egregious.
And her dunks were worse. You showed me right before the mics went hot.
I think that she should have the acknowledgement of it's really cool to see a high school girl because it's so uncommon dunk.
Yes.
I think that's great.
Nice.
We should be like, oh, dude, for sure. Like, it's so cool to see this athletic caliber of a girl who's in high school where most girls, like, they don't shoot a lot of, like, fucking crazy shots and they don't really dunk ever. And she can do that. That's really awesome to see. Now, when another person jumps over 3 people in windmills in nasty fucking dunk, and he's a man, and the only reason he's not getting it is because, well, of course, he's a man. He's probably more athletic. He can do that. That's what my thing is. But it doesn't bring more valor to the fact that she literally did one of the most rudimentary YMCA dunks I've ever seen in my entire fucking life.
This whole thing is ridiculous. If you think this is what equality looks like, you're a fucking idiot. Get out of here.
Yeah.
This is stupid as hell.
Good
Good for her. Good for her. You're great. You're now a phenom because you can dunk. No one is disputing that. But you didn't win that competition. I hope
stylistically, it just
honestly
doesn't match
hope
up.
you don't take pride in that because my man, for anyone who hasn't seen it, the winning dunks, she dunked just a regular dunk over top of someone who was sitting on his chair, jumped over him, dunked. This other kid had 3 people standing upright, tall ass people, and did a one-hand windmill over top of all of them and just yammed that thing
and cleared him easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it wasn't like he had adjust his leg. He just fanned open the legs.
There's a clear difference. And to everybody's credit who is in there, and pretty much everybody in the basketball world, they're all very supportive of her. They're all like, good for you.
We are too.
Even the guy who lost, he was like, you know what, good for you. I appreciate this. Good for you. But I fucking guarantee you in the back of his head.
He's like, what the fuck?
He's like,
you had no chance of winning as soon as you stepped on there.
I destroyed that shit.
You could have done anything. You clearly could have done anything, and you wouldn't have won it all.
And this goes back to like what we talked about before. There's just differences between the two. There's just differences between.
Yeah, you can't just and it makes your cause look bad because it makes it look like they gave it to you.
Yeah, it really did because when you showed me that right before we started recording, I can't dunk.
No, none of us can dunk like that.
I'm not athletic enough for that shit.
No sir,
and I'm man enough to admit it. She did some good stuff, and I've never actually watched women do any kind of dunk contest where they were. I've seen what's her name?
Brittany Griner.
Yeah, the girl who used to play for Baylor. I've seen her. She's probably the only woman I've actually ever seen dunk before today.
Parker used to.
But to see, I mean, she did some stuff that I can't do, and I give her a lot of credit for
I
that.
appreciate it.
But when this dude jumps over 3 6-foot-tall people and windmills, and it's just not the same.
Just for
And
me,
maybe it's just the competitor in me, but you were set up for failure.
Well, not just that, but like it literally. And again, we're gonna sound sexist, whatever. I don't give a fuck. If a dude would have done the same dunk she did, he wouldn't have won anything.
No.
He just
And like I don't know. This is like the McDonald's fucking dunk contest for high schoolers, and I don't know if anything comes off of this. I don't know if people
maybe
look
small
at this
scholarship or something.
Yeah,
like
I don't
that,
know
like
if there's
some grants money or
scholarships
something.
or if like Nike looks at this and they're like, possible prospect or whatever. But still, there's no equality in this. If that's what you're fighting for, there's none of it here.
In all reality, if that was a dude, Dr. J puts up the 6 card.
Yeah. Oh, easily.
Yeah.
Easily.
Oh yeah.
Unless the dude was like 5'4" and did a dunk like that, then he'd probably like, dude, that's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
But again, that's another
Nate Robinson gets
another
an 8
physical.
I've seen
difference.
people dunk over cars and not get 50s.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, it's just
where
different.
do you want your standards to be? And then you either have to lower them to where you think they should be, or you have to raise them and exclude a whole bunch of people.
You can't
Take
just,
your pick.
You can't just like, teeter-totter it for when someone different walks up to the bat. It's just not going to work that way.
Right.
So yeah, I agree. Like with the fact that is controversial, just because we know exactly why the score is.
I
what it
cannot
is.
stand,
and
that.
I can't stand behind something like that.
I agree with James. That's kind of just like a.
Yeah.
They just handed her
the victory.
Yeah, and I mean, good for you for doing stuff that I can't do,
and for doing things a lot of other people can't do. Agreed.
But
agreed. We acknowledge that.
But I hope
we're not knocking that at all. But
what happened is you're competing with high level athletes at the highest level of where you're at in your career.
Yeah.
And you aren't the same. You just aren't the same. And it's okay to say that. It's okay to say
it is.
You can do things that some people can't do, but you also can't do things that those people can do.
And what's annoying is I feel like if they wouldn't have given her the trophy, the narrative never would have been like, oh, they didn't give the girl the trophy. It would have never been like that.
It would have been like that. I think now there's more controversy behind it, given the fact that they gave her the W versus just going like, giving her like high praise and acknowledgement, being like, look, she competed with them and she tried to hang in there and she did her goddamn best and she did better than any other woman could have done. And that's fine. That is fine. But Candace Parker versus LeBron doesn't work.
No.
Okay, Brittany Griner versus Kevin Durant doesn't fucking work because there's just differences. And they'll always be there until the end of fucking time.
Oh, it's so bad. So bad. And it makes it look really bad, I think. Mm-hmm. I mean, it makes it look great in the sense of like, maybe it's a feel-good story. And maybe I'm just too competitive and I'm a dick, but...
No, equal playing field's equal playing field.
No, it is.
Like I said, if I would have saw a dude do it, I'd do the same thing if they gave him the victory. I'd be like, no, the other guy did this.
Yeah.
And that happens all the time.
I know.
Literally.
Yeah.
In like every competition ever, they're like, well, that guy was better. It happens in MMA all the time.
All the time. When you'll be like, dude, but he really hung in there. Yeah, but that guy beat him up for 5 rounds. But he cracked him that one good time. Doesn't matter.
Or
He
like,
recovered and came back and beat the shit out of him.
What was that boxing match? Golovkin and Canelo?
Yeah.
Golovkin destroyed Canelo, and they gave it to Canelo. And everybody was like,
Triple G easily won that fight.
Fucking no.
But then that Adelaide Bird lady fucked everybody over. But I'm not going to get too deep in that because it's going to make me mad. So hopefully, J-Mac, we answered your questions. We do appreciate them. Again, anybody listening,
thank you, buddy.
Keep throwing them in. We'll talk about whatever fuck you want. We love it.
Make it literally whatever you want.
Yeah.
I don't care. Ask me what I had for, well, not what I had.
Don't go that.
Ask me what's my favorite breakfast.
There you go.
I'll let you know what
Ask me what, if I go to Chipotle, what I'm going to order. Ask me that.
I promise you we will argue no matter what.
100%. But, yeah, again, guys, this was a good fucking time. We appreciate everyone listening. Keep throwing them in there. Spread the love. Subscribe. Share. Tell your friends. Keep the downloads coming.
Rate and
we'll
review.
try to keep this high energy up. Because last time was...
Yeah, we do apologize for last week. It was pretty low energy.
That was fresh off of, the normal job.
And we're never going to do a podcast after a work day ever again.
No.
Hands down. No. We sincerely apologize. You can send us a couple middle finger emojis. We appreciate those.
But, please rate and review. Tell your friends.
Yeah, absolutely. So with that, this is Intalksication episode 7.
8. Jesus Christ.
Fuck, I forgot. I don't care. Episode 8. I've been Fat Doug.
I've been Lunchbox.
And I'm Jimmy H.
Take her easy, boys.
Bye.